passive indifference is an interesting in between from not being, passive aggressive or aggressive, but just like not attaching, not being swayed by any kind of dogma or anything. Um, I've been at like a Thanksgiving dinner like a few years ago. My mom's partner at the time was like a really conservative, like truck driver guy, and he would go on these rants and he would say like, the working class and if the welfare state's more than the working class and blah 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 and all this stuff, and then he'd like end his rant by, and that's just the way it is, and and I would just, I didn't want to like continue that conversation or anything like that, but I would just be like, oh, all right, that's just the way it is. It's like just let him have it, which is maybe a little pejorative, but it's like, you don't want to be dragged through a conversation like freaking, like not every conversation has to have a climax, um and yeah, I'm not going to try to dry rub the conversation. But I don't get, I don't know, I'm more okay in an uncomfortable conversation than I think a lot of people are. Like I'm more comfortable in it. I'll just let it be like what it is, and like, oh, but it's like not rendered like, oh my god, I don't know what to say, that's so awkward, or just withstand that whatever amount of awkwardness and just kind of be able to laugh at it. Because yeah, you can't take people too seriously. Like, gosh, I've said so many things I'm like, god, I wish I didn't say that, and we say so many things we don't mean, and then we change our perspectives so many times, and there's just kind of this neutrality. It's like when people just take you at face value and just like don't really judge you, but just like let you have it. It's like it's easier because you're just not attached. Like you're not trying to fix them or persuade them. I don't know. I mean, it's always nice to have a nuanced, or like a good conversation where you guys are okay with disagreeing or whatever. I like that kind of stuff. I like all kinds of opinionated, anecdotal likes and dislikes. I don't want to yuck someone's yum too much or yum their yuck. But, there's fun ways to say all that stuff. And I don't know. It's one of those things. You definitely get better at it as you get older. I feel like I have. I aim to be a communications expert, or at least specialist. Expert, I don't know what expert is, but like proficient in speaking. It's just such an interesting way of conveying meaning by like words and the way we say it. And yeah, passive indifference is totally a thing. And I mean, it can be dismissive, depending on what the thing is. You don't want to just be like, if like someone's being really vulnerable with you about something, you don't want to be like too passive indifferent. It's a, you want to at least empathize and be like, thank you for sharing that with me, and like just be like, well, it must be tough or something, or like I can only imagine or something like that. But mostly you don't even really have to say anything in that kind of a situation. If someone's just being open and just kind of like you're holding the space for them to be able to just iterate something, be able to make sense of something, say it out loud. And yeah, I'm a little resistant to that whole oversharing thing. I mean, there's definitely that, but I think we can be more open and vulnerable with each other, and that's actually a healthy thing for friends to do. So, yeah, it's like when you don't know how to take something, to take a neutral approach is like totally acceptable and totally respectful. So I'll leave it at that.